Genesis 16 to
The angel of
7
the
to
Lord found Hagar
16:12,
near a
part 1.
spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Sur. After he said, Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from, and where are you going? I'm running away from my mistress Sarai, she answered. Then the angel of the Lord told her, Go back to your mistress and submit to her. The angel added, I will so increase your descendants that they will be too numerous to count. The angel of the Lord also said to her, You are now with child, and you will have a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him, and he will live in hostility towards all his brothers. Okay. Here, we notice a pregnant woman, how far she can run a day. 50 miles? That's a long walk, right? And from Canaan to Sur. Sur is a city, ancient city where there is a wall built up. Actually, it's for Egyptian. They defend people from desert. So it's a very famous place. And Hagar, what she tried to do is run away, run back to Egypt. That's where she came from, right? And so there is nothing wrong. But think about it. A single woman with a child. It takes a long time. Or I said day and a night, 20 days, 30 days. And she must be suffer a lot of hunger, pain on the road, right? Otherwise, that time, not many people, right? Not many people. And as a single woman, I don't know how hard she can go through. So from here, you can find out Hagar, her character, very strong-minded. She's a hardcore woman, okay? Because she's a maid servant, right? They have to suffer a lot to survive. So Asian time, well, they're tough. Then the Lord's angel met her on the road, right? Because I think firstly, her action is predictable. If Jehovah or if Abram, both she called Lord, okay, they think, okay, we miss one lady, miss one servant, she escaped because such things, then most likely where she will go. She go east? No, it's not for her. She go west, it's ocean, and it's a lot of Canaans might kill her. And north, it's very stranger for her. So most likely she go south. So south, there is not many road leads to Egypt. So they just follow the road, keep riding the horse or something, go quicker, so they can find her. Eventually they found her. That's near the spring. So she need to take a break. And this moment, the Lord angel asked the question. But the question is kind of redundant. Why? Because they knew why she left, right? But they ask her again. Where you came from, where you want to go. It's just interesting why they keep asking the question, redundant question. I think it's in Zen, okay, in Buddhist, there is a Zen story, right? A lot of times monk ask you, okay, where you come from? Where do you want to go? It's not actually ask you the direction, the geographic direction where you want to go. What actually it's asking, what do you think? What will you do? That's more like a more spiritual, more deep meaning. So I have that experience. I went to the temple in the 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Yeah. Well, 40 years old. Yeah, I went to the temple 40 years ago and I talked to a monk, and interestingly, he asked me the question, and I forgot what I'm answer, but it was like a very interesting. After that, I had a deeper meditation. Yeah, anyway, in here, obviously, Hagar, she didn't, okay? She didn't answer the question as the angel thought. Angel in here usually means a messenger. Actually, yeah, angel, they are messenger. So in our mind, like angel Michael, angel Caleb, whatever, all those angels, so they have a wing, birdman, right? Birdman, and powerful. I think the initial meaning of created the God's creation for those creature, it's just for pass the messenger to various gods. So they are like messengers mostly, and maybe some has a very strong martial arts skill or something, but mostly just a messenger. They pass the messenger. Yeah. So right here, Hagar, she answered, "Oh, I came from my mistress Sarai." Right. Obviously the angel, she knew, right? She knew, Sarai, you are the maidservant of Sarai, right? And you escaped from there. So her answer showed that she just doesn't get it. She doesn't get it, and so this time the angel just turned the answer, or some kind of pass a different messenger to her, because if she answered differently, the angel may give her different answer. Why? Okay, that's scientific research. It showed kids, okay, especially male boy, inherited 90% intelligence from mother. So if the mother is smart, his son 90% smart, or won't be that dumb, okay? It's gonna be good. But if mom is dumb, well, the son won't be that smart. But the son inherits what? Inherits mom's character. She lived like a wild donkey. She is tough-minded. She's impulsive. She's very sensitive. So we'll see. It's very interesting. Like later, because why they use the donkey as a metaphor or describe the son, the character like a donkey. If you get a chance, go to farm, play with donkey. You will know like what donkey really act like. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, we talk about this in the second part. Yeah, here the whole sentence about Hagar and the angel are very interesting. And I notice, firstly, when the angel say, right, Hagar, whatever or something, but you know what Hagar answers? Oh yeah, I'm escaped from my master, right? Think about it. That's right now. If I don't know you, you don't know me, right? And I ask you, hey, Jonathan, or hey, Mary, where you come from? Where are you gonna go? What's your first reaction? You don't know me. I don't know you. How do you know my name, right? And you automatically into a alert mode, But I think Hagar is pretty. should say, pure or open mind, or she never realized, or maybe just because of an angel, but why is not God talking to her instead of send an angel, send a messenger, right? A stranger, a total stranger to Hagar. And the Hagar just, okay, I accept you. I told you everything. So I think Hagar, the environment, she grown up. Grown up is very, very straightforward and doesn't need to do a lot of conspiracy or backstabbing. I believe back that time, at least she grown up in this kind of environment. Also, that's just one hypothesis. It's possibly Hagar is more right side brain. I mean, like an artist, right? Artists, if they have the instinct, they see you, they think it's good, it's bad, it's beautiful, it's ugly, you're a good person, you're a bad person. So they will jump the analysis part, they will jump the detail part. They have their instinct, say, okay, I can trust you. So I think probably Hagar belonged to this kind of person, I can trust you. And I'm telling you, I'm a slave, I'm escaped from my master. It's a pretty serious issue because, as I talked in the previous one, slave will be killed, right? Will be killed if they get caught. So that's the Hagar issue. Then how should I start? Yeah, when the messenger, the angel told us, Hagar said, okay, you're gonna live, your son will live like the east of everything, right? I think in here it's kind of like what should I say, inside trading. Yeah, he leaked some kind of secret. In the ancient time, when you talk about east, always where the sun come from, come up, and where the god. It's mostly okay. East. It's first you represent divine. So when the angel told Hagar, your son will live east of his brother, right? Basically, give his son hope in a high position. That's a mother she wants. As a slave, she may scared of Sarai, but she still want her son have a good future, right? So since her son is in a good position, east, that represents God, and where God come from, where also another thing is people live in the desert in Egypt. They knew east means what? Means water, because a lot of in the desert there are a lot of underground rivers, right? Those rivers, and those rivers run from west to the east. So usually east have more oasis. For those people living in the desert, oasis is the place they can live, they can populate. So when the angel told her you're gonna live by east, that means you have a good land and you have oasis. Well, she's satisfied. She's happy. She's satisfied. Yeah, but I still think that's the whole thing at a very far beginning, from the Sarai to Hagar to escape to whatever. I think it's three parts work in there. I can see the fallen angels try to use people's emotion, people's desire, and make them a different angle, right? So they made a Sarai, emotionally she pissed off, she beat or she mistreated Hagar, and Hagar, suppose Hagar is a good. I think Hagar should have a really good trust and a good relationship between her and Sarah. That's the only condition Sarah will use her to put on her husband's bed. That's the reason. So the fallen angel start to do the work between them, right? So make Hagar start to escape, and Sarah mistreat her. And also another thing is, think about the Hagar on the road all the way to Egypt. She tried to run away, and a single woman, pregnant, desert. Even right now, it's pretty hard, right? Even you have full gear. Yeah, I tried with all gears road march for 200 miles. It's very tough. Yeah, it's very tough. So who is protecting her? Who's protecting her? I think when angel found her, she's just by the oasis, by the well, right? She has water. So I think Earth is protecting her. Earth is playing the game also. Oh, yeah. It's just interesting. You can see we are a very small chess. But right here, I think God put Ishmael as a important chess to balance Abraham. That's the tactic he has been using all the time. Think about, he used Cain against Abel, used Abel against Cain. He used, and he used brothers against brothers. Make it a balance. Make two tribes. He separates. That's God also. That's divine. They're the way they work. They separate things. And I don't think it really worked well, because right now, you look right now, the Middle East situation. Yeah. I think this sentence has too much message. I'm trying to decode it bit and a bit, little bit, and bear with me. Thank you. Yeah, in here the angel, the messenger, told Hagar, basically, Sarai did is wrong, because Jehovah, or my Lord, right, heard your misery. So, but for what Sarai did wrong, he still let Sarai give a child, give a birth. Still let Sarai stay at the position. It's interesting, right? Secondly, in here I notice, the kid's name is Ishmael, right? Ishmael, and his character will be a wild donkey. A lot of people think wild donkey is bad, is stupid, is arrogant, is stubborn, right? No, it's totally not. Wild donkey actually is very humbled, very tamed, and actually they are very agile, very smart. So somehow, what should I say? If you get a chance, right, go to the field to see those wild donkeys compared with the horses, you will love wild donkey, because they're more like a spirit, more fragile. Yeah, wild donkey is. So that's the reason when Hagar heard his son's name, a character, like a wild donkey, she actually happy, and she willingly to submit herself to Sarai, because that's mother loved son. A son strong, a son smart, a son humble, a son very tamed, and a little bit of temper. And also another thing is wild donkey, they not live alone. Wild donkey, they live like a group. They're a group animal. So mother knew his son well survived. So Hagar, at this moment, I believe she agree, or she saw the future is bright. Also, she's right here. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone will against him. Well, if everyone against him, you bring me the supply, and I'm strong enough to against everyone, and I live by the east, so I have oasis. I can survive. I'm strong, and what a mother can ask more? No. So at this moment, she heard the messenger said the blessing to her son. She said, okay, then I will take this. I will go back. Otherwise, she's worried about her life, right? She's worried about her life and maybe her son's life. But at this moment, she knew she will be safe. Her son will be safe. It's very interesting, this whole things, right here. Also, I just realized God may only belong to Israel. Why? I think the reason is, think about it, he choose angels that messengers talk to someone Egyptian, right? Without Israel, without Hebrew, whatever that kind of bloodline. Then, according to Tesla theory, everything is a frequency, right? And then when God talked to Abraham, talked to Noah, talked to Cain, talked to all those peoples, those people are pure blood Israel or Hebrew or those peoples, right? And maybe, I'm talking about maybe their frequency, their like blood or their brain can bring up some kind of frequency so they can have receive the voice. So different, that even indicates probably just different gods. Different gods created different races, different tribes, and yeah, that's, I think so. When people pray to a different God, they will respond to them. Yeah, but here is a little bit leap. Okay, so I probably need to read more. She gave the name to the Lord who spoke to her. You are the God who see me. For she said, I have now seen the one who see me. That's why the well was called Beer-lahai. Wow. And this is still there between Kadesh and Bered. So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram gave the name Ishmael to the son she had born. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore him Ishmael. So Hagar definitely went back, told everything to Abram, right? And Abram followed what God said. Okay, I give the kid's name Ishmael, and whatever in future, whatever he gonna do to his brother, do you think Abram will really care about? Even he care, what can he do, right? That's God's will. So inshallah, just call it inshallah, in God's will. It's interestingly, Abram already 86, and Sarai, based on the Bible, she's about like 10 years younger than Abram. So it's like 76, right? And I don't know how old is Hagar, but think about it. When Sarah went to Egypt and sleep with Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh give her those maid servant, whatever. Those kids probably, I'm saying probably like a teenage or 20 some, right? Usually you give those kind of servant, well, it's easy to be trained. Then Hagar, I don't think she will be that young, because you don't make friends or make a sister with someone way too younger than you, right? Think about it. Can you put yourself in that situation? Can you make a sister? You are like, for example, you are 40. Someone serve you, or someone follow you day and night everywhere. You can't make it like a teenage really good. You have no common between them, right? At least maybe 20 some, about 20 some, right? Maybe she still presents like more energy, make you happy, but she's young. She call you big sister. That sounds like a reasonable. And that time, when you need to put her on your husband's bed to give a child, that means she's mature enough, but she can't be that old. So I think Hagar at this moment should be like a 40 some, about 40 some, because think about another thing. She's strong enough to run from where they live to the well, to where she meet the messengers, right? So she will be at least 40 some. So that makes sense. Sarah is 60 or 70, 60 and 70. Yeah, they can make a 40, about 40 some, make friends. That's what I think. Yeah. I think it concludes all the chapter 16, and just in here I still don't understand why Jehovah God do not show up in front of Hagar. Is that because of Hagar? She believes different God, and well, some church told me, say, oh, because God has a mercy, so God sent an angel to her, right? To someone not believing him, and to save Hagar's life. But you know what? It directly contradicts to the point is why you want to save someone will give a birth to against Israel, and eventually became the big thorn of Israel, and eventually will become the enemy of Jewish. Think about it right now, the whole situation of the Middle East. Think about the Palestinian and the Israel, right? The Jews. It's just like, so then church always say, oh, God will foresee everything. Yeah, you foresee this and you still wanted this fun. Is that fun? The conflict will cause you what? Give more like testing data or what? So it's directly like contradicts everything. Yeah, but at least at this point, we just, from the word by word, that's what I think, God sent a messenger. And the messenger, maybe just because she is not that bloodline, or she do not believe God, so God cannot talk to her. Cannot. Kind of like a radio frequency, right? You cannot, if I'm a channel 97.3, you can listen to music clear, but it's FM based. But you know what? This is AM based. So I cannot talk to you, but I can pass the message to the AM channel like a speaker. Let the AM channel speaker like give some kind of information. So that's all I can think. Yeah. Yeah, the Hagar story gave us a lot of information within it. I think, firstly, I put myself back to Hagar position, right? I thought about myself, imagine myself as a Hagar, and pregnant, and escape from master's house. And I don't think she will bring like a huge backpack, right? And because think about it, you are a slave, you try to escape, and if you bring like a big backpack, do you think people will tell the master? Well, pay attention, right? So you better like sneak out at nighttime or something. And also on the way to the Egypt, how could she get a supply all the way? Then consider Hagar familiar. I would say she's familiar in the journey to the Egypt. I believe she is the part of one of the maiden servant from Egypt, and I think possible she was in a good position with Sarai, because when Abram robbed her and kill Oasis, whatever, all the way, they went through all those villages, right? Tribes. They took people. So Hagar must knew it, so she can remember everything. So she has good memory, and but it's a so she has a good memory and a good physical capabilities, right? And I think it just sounds like a GI Jane, like a female, like special force. Anyway, so she gave a really good gene to her son, to her child Ishmael, and when her son Ishmael means God will hear, right? God will hear. Then which god Hagar worship? Ra, the Egyptian god, right? But when Hagar went back, told Abram, God will hear, and Abram accept the name God will hear, then Abram is understanding is what? Is his God, Israel, the God will hear. So they have a two meaning of it. But did Hagar correct it? No. Did Abram raise the question which God it is? No. It's people like kind of like blind spots of our thoughts. So when you define things, define the final destination or something, you need to really specify everything instead of just a very vague words, God will hear. Then God will hear is not God heard. It's not definitive. It's possible. In future, it's time sense, right? In future, the time God will hear. So at this moment, Abram will control his attitude towards these kids and Hagar. See, check the beginning of this chapter. Abram just told Sarai, "Yeah, do whatever you do, right? I don't care. Even she's pregnant. Abram just do whatever you do." So Abram is he doesn't really care about these kind of children. Why? Because the previous chapter also Abram told God, "Yeah, someone from Damascus, right? That's the servants people called, I forgot the Elise, whatever, will inherit everything." So Abraham may have another offspring, but it's all came from what? Came from servant, came from slaves, whatever. So it doesn't matter to him. It just randomized, pop out something. Maybe they will treat little better than everybody else, but in his eyes, everything is disposable, right? Yeah, even like Hagar. But since Hagar the angel told her and the son's name God will hear, so Abram just put himself in a more reserved position. Just, okay, I let you grow naturally, right? Like a tree, you die, you grow. So he will not put more resources, just like the previous servant's offspring from Damascus. So just let you grow. And so what are these kids, Ishmael grown up with his mother is smart because she has good memory and she can influence the influence the masters, right? Sari to be a sisterized, like, and to put herself into the bed. So definitely she knew how to manipulate people, right? She can be really, yeah. And he like his character like a donkey, wild donkey. Wild donkey is tame, is nice, is sensitive, but wild donkey also is very mean. Wild donkey can kill wolves. When wild donkey get together, wolves run away. So this kid has mostly 90% from mother. Okay, the intelligent from mother, and some character raised by the mother, not by the father. So the kids largely influenced by the mother, Hagar. So Hagar is a very important lady in the Bible or in the human history, because if Ishmael is the beginning of Palestinian, I think we can trace back all those elements, all those characters from Hagar, from that chapter. Yeah, that's all I like to share this whole chapter. People, they used to ask me why I like to kind of like talk Bible this way instead of traditional school, Sunday school way. It's kind of like, have you tried like a horse bean or soybean, the dry one, the roasted? If you just eat them, they came out like a poo, right? Just poo. But if you chew them really hard, I mean, after 10 times, 20 times, you'll have different tasting. You'll have different taste. And it help you to sense the detail of the horse bean, sense the detail of the soybean. And during that time, I think you're training your muscle, right? So doing like an analysis of the Bible, is kind of like use your brain to chew the horse bean. So kind of like practice the muscle, brain muscle, I guess, brain muscle. And even eventually we all die, or eventually all those theory, all the whatever said, all came out like a poop. Just it came out like shit. But you know what? The gym, the muscle practicing, that time, the procedure is good, is happy. Muscle feel is good, right? And you gain the happiness from it. So yeah, that's what I enjoyed.